Hello, good morning. Today it's Monday and I'm going to my office. So I prep myself a very easy and simple breakfast, as usual when I go to my office. You're going to think that I eat the same thing every day, and in fact it's pretty true when I go to my office. I like to keep things very simple and easy. So it's pretty much what I have in my fridge. And so I'm going to have this large coffee with a splash of milk, and I'm going to have this piece of Comté, this on the right. I'm going to toast some sourdough bread. It's sourdough bread from an artisan bakery on my street, and I'm going to spread some salted butter on top. And I also have some Greek yogurt. It's a very, very good Greek yogurt. And I'm going to top the Greek yogurt with pistachios. And at the end I will have this orange. So this is my breakfast. I'm going to enjoy it, and I will see you for lunch at my office. It's 1 p.m. Welcome back to my office. So this is my lunch. I have some duck smoked meat. It's not the same that I use usually and you see in my videos. It's another one. I think it's better quality because I bought it in an artisan store, and it doesn't look the same. And I think it's better quality. And I have a sauce, a bit of cheese, of course, 2 hard-boiled eggs. And this salad is a winter salad. We call this mash, and I think the translation is lamb lettuce, if I'm correct. But unfortunately, I forgot my vinaigrette. And I think I'm going to make myself a sandwich with this sourdough bread, the salad, the meat, and a bit of cheese, as I don't have any vinaigrette to eat it. And for dessert I have this orange. It's the same as this morning because I ended up not eating it. So I brought it here for lunch. And I have some water, of course, in this bottle for the lunch. And afterwards I will have a decaf coffee with 2 pieces of dark chocolate. I ended up eating pretty much everything except this endive and this piece of bread. And I'm going to bring them home, and it was very good. In fact, I miss a bit the lack of vinaigrette, but it was still very good. This is my dessert, so a large decaf coffee with 2 pieces of dark chocolate. I'm going to prep the dinner, so I have these meatballs I prepped on Sunday. I'm just going to reheat them in this skillet with a bit of olive oil, and I'm going to serve this with mash, which is the winter salad you saw at lunch, and I have also some rice, some leftover rice for my son. And I will show you my plate, but before that I'm going to add some footage because I filmed the recipe while I was making it on Sunday. I'm going to prep some meatballs for next week dinner. So because I have all this ground beef I need to use up, it's about 1 kilo, so maybe 2 pounds. So I'm going to to turn it into meatballs. I'm going to bake this in the oven, And so next week it will be very convenient to have meatballs already prepped, and I will just have to reheat them in a skillet with olive oil. So I have about 1 kilo, I think it's 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to defrost it, and I will add 2 eggs, some salt and pepper, some mustard. This is very basic Dijon mustard. I'm going to add 1 or 2 tablespoons. I have parsley, I have herbe de Provence, and oregano. Herbe de Provence, I don't know if you know this. It's mainly thyme, rosemary, and I don't know the name of the third herb. In French, it's sarriette. And I have this onion I need to use up, and this leftover comté I need to use up too, so I'm going to add this for flavor. Because initially I wanted to add some smoked paprika, but I think it's not going to be a great match with all the other ingredients, and with comté definitely not. So I prefer to use what I need to use up. So I'm going to add this onion and comté. And so I will mix all the ingredients, and after that I will bake these meatballs in the oven for 15 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. So, and as I said, next week I will just have to reheat them in a skillet. And I think with this quantity I will have 2 dinners maybe. Yeah, 2 dinners. So here's the shredded comté, and now I'm going to prep the parsley and the onion. So this is the parsley. I washed it and I removed the stalks. And recently I broke my my appliance, you know, my mixer, so I have to do this on myself. And same for the onion. Obviously you can just add some dry herbs and it will work perfectly. You don't need to cut some herbs if you don't want to, but it just happens that I have this parsley I need to use up, so it's the reason why I had it. And this onion too. So here is the parsley and the onion I cut, and the comté. So I'm going to prep the meatballs. My meat is defrosted, it is ready to go, so I'm going to add the ingredients. Some salt, some pepper, herbe de Provence, a bit of oregano, not too much because it's not an Italian dish. And the mustard. You have to put your hand, it's the bad news, but you don't have to, but it's better to mix the ingredients. So obviously I washed my hand. Okay, this is perfect. So now I'm adding the comté. There's not so much because it does not have to be overwhelmed. I'm adding a bit more herbe de Provence, a bit more salt, and a bit more oregano too. And I give a good mix. Here's the meat mixture, so I'm going to form some meatballs with my hands, and then put them into this dish. I think I will need 2 batch, in fact. It's a final product. There are 20 meatballs, and there's some remaining meat for, I think, yes, 8 to 10 meatballs. I formed 15 meatballs with the remaining meat, so it makes, I think, 35 meatballs in total. So it's great because it will make 2 dinners for next week. The meatballs are now fully cooked, and I'm going to let them cool and store them in the fridge until Monday. This is my plate with the salad. I made some homemade vinaigrette with apple cider vinegar, some Dijon mustard and some olive oil. And I'm going to add some salt and have some soda bread and some cheese for dessert. I have the reblochon on the right and comté on the left. And I'm going to eat this applesauce with peach for dessert. No, it's not peach, it's apricot. And maybe an orange afterwards.